Hi, you guys. Welcome back to OM Gina. So, I'm always going personal with y'all, like always. Today, it might be a little deeper though. I wanted to talk about how beneficial it is having your parents in your lives. Like, that really means something. And it's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, you're a parent and you have sole custody over your children or your child. But if you're not interacting with them, if they're just there just to be there, at this point, do you really think that you're doing your job? You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to attack nobody. I don't want all the parents actually using the voice messenger thing or something like that. I'm just saying because I feel like maybe no, because it's like male and female, you need both genders of your parents. You need your father, you need your mother. I just look at it as, I feel like with a son needs his mom because, you know, that's the person that's the first woman you fell in love with. Your mother is going to show you the type of woman you should have in your life, what you need to look for. And she's going to push you out there how to treat a good woman, like how the steps, you open the doors, you talk with respect, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But then again, fathers are definitely needed for their sons because that's your role model on how to be a good man in life. And then I feel like with a daughter, having a father, honestly, maybe because I really didn't have it all my life, I look at that as number one. Because having a daughter and you being the father, you were the first man she's ever gonna love. You're the first person that's actually gonna show her how she needs to be treated at all times. And, you know, you're gonna let her know, hey, for a man, you have to do this and da-da-da-da, stuff like that. And like with a mom for a daughter, I feel like that's needed as well because it's like, you're my best friend. Like, I learned everything from you. Like, you're trying to mold me to be a good woman. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they're both needed. And a lot of stuff happened in my life, like a lot of stuff. And it was my mother or my father's fault. It was nobody's fault. That's the stuff that I be talking about. Like, sometimes in a season, it's just kind of like, hey, things are over. You know what I'm saying? But it's no bad blood. Like, none of that. Like, my parents still get along and everything. So my whole thing is like, I really needed my father in my life. Like I did, because I didn't really go through horrible things in life. Like the stories you be hearing out there, it wasn't that bad. But I'm just saying, I feel like when I was getting older, it could have been like a lot of relationships that I shouldn't have been in, or I wouldn't have never put myself in a predicament like that if I knew certain aspects of a man or like what to look for. But I can't even put it like that because you got to look at yourself as a woman. Like, how are you coming though? You can't just say I'm a woman, you got to give me the world right now. No, it don't work out like that. Trust me. It don't work out like that. You got to be doing something. You know what I'm saying? Even if you are a woman and like you have his child or something like that, it's still more that goes in with that though. You can't just look at him to be like, hey, you go to work, we need to go shopping, you need to pay this and that. It's kind of like, I understand that you're taking care of his child, but like, what else are you doing though? Because if you're not doing anything else, it's sad to say, that man need to be by himself. Because if y'all have a kid, it should literally be 2 people working in the household. You can make more. But no, I know a few moms that their husband or their boyfriend, they take care of everything. So they're just a housewife. But that's the thing. They're literally like a housewife, like they're doing something. It's not just taking care of the kid. I don't know. That's, like I always say, that's why I don't have a lot of friends, because when I start agreeing with the men and I let these women know that they're full of shit from time to time, I don't have that many friends. But I mean, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You can't use your gender to make it seem like you're supposed to do this because you're the man, or I'm supposed to be chilling because I'm a woman. It don't work like that. That's not how I grew up. I grew up as being the male and the female. If you need something, you go out and get it. I would not come out my face and ask somebody for help. I know that's bad, but the reason why I don't do that is because I don't want to hear the, oh yeah, and let's not forget, you wouldn't have never had this if it wasn't for me, if it came out of my pocket. I think that shit happened to me twice in my life. I will never, ever give nobody the opportunity to ever do that to me again. Even if it's something I want, it's cool. Don't trip. I'll get it when I get paid. I would never let nobody buy me anything. I even had a friend that threw that back in my face or whatever. And because, you know, what your parents be telling you and everything, if you don't have no money, stay home. So she would call me all the time and I'm like, hey, I don't get paid this week. You got to give me a minute. And then she'll be like, oh no, don't worry about it. I got you. You know, you're my best friend and stuff. And then when we argue, yeah, bitch, that's why you always broke and I'm always the one to pay for you. It's like, motherfucker, what? That don't hurt my feelings, because in all actuality, the plan was to stay home. You told me to come out. And even if people do pay for me, whether it's a spouse, whether it's family, whether it's friends or whatever, I don't take advantage like that. If we're going out and you're paying for me, I'm getting the cheapest thing on the menu. I'm not going to do the most, because you got to look at it like you doing the most off the benefit of somebody else's pocket. If you was paying, would you get that steak? Come on now. Like, would you get that seafood? So yeah, I just like had a little venting moment. And yeah, I just wanted to talk about the parent subject. I don't know, it's been on my heart, like real heavy on my heart as of lately, because, and then it's like you do have friends that are not in connection with either their father or their mother or something like that. To a certain extent, for stuff like that, you can't let that hold you back or like break you down or like make you sad and you not strive on to do everything that you're supposed to do in life. Honestly, I look at those that have their parents and they're just choosing not to have anything to do with them. That's a strive for you to do more. Not to be funny or whatever, but however you felt about me, and while you're not in my life, I want you to take a look and see how good I'm doing without you, though. So, and then I want to speak about like those, you know, where your parents have went up to heaven and no longer here. You know, of course, it's gonna make you sad, like forever. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, but that's why I talk about with that prayer. Like, you gotta keep praying at times. And it's like, even though they are gone, but you have to look at what they did, though. Look at how you turned out right now. You're not full of shit. You're literally going on with your life, getting shit done. That is something to be proud about. So, yeah, that was the segment for today. And y'all should be happy. And I did it early, not late. So as usual, this was another episode of OM Gina. Alrighty, you guys. Talk to you tomorrow.